All right, good morning, everyone. I'm starting to see more things going on, especially this book. Amazon listed a book on Charlie Kirk's death a day before the killing claimed he survived. The shooting of Charlie Kirk became an unlikely trend in Amazon books on Thursday, with a numerous offering going viral and uh, uh, um, viral within a matter of hours. So the shooting of Charlie Kirk became unlikely trend for Amazon book on Thursday, with a numerous offerings going viral within the matter of hours, and now deleted book on e-commerce site also sparked conspiracy theories after Eagle Eye Citizen noted it was published a day before the attack. The ebook provides a faithful recounting of the setting and attack before dividing domestic to claim dramatic drama to claim Kirk had survived. Now Kirk was shot and killed during the event in Utah on September 10th with no suspects or clear motives, which we already know the suspect was Tyler Robertson. Now, 2 days after the investigation, authorities have so far uncovered several clues, possible murder weapon, and received thousands of leads from citizens. Federal investigators and city officials released visual of the possible suspect on Thursday, announced a $100,000 reward. Any information? What did the book say? Well, now the deleted book listed claimed to provide in-depth humanization account of the shooting, the immediate aftermath, and the ripple effect that reached far beyond Utah. It was also assured the inclusion of the detailed reporting, first-hand testimony, and careful analysis of the tragedy, none which were available at the time of the publication. Somewhat more alarming detail was rather uh, large claims that Kirk survived the shooting and remained stable in the hospital. Now, the site of the controversy commentator being wheeled into an ambulance, pale but alive, became one of the most shared images of the day. Doctors later confirmed Kirk had been struck in the neck. The injury was serious but not immediately fatal. The book insists. Now, a 69-page book was published by Anastasia Casey and received 5-star review, expressing confusion before being taken down by Amazon reports, quoting the company have since cited the technology issue for the early publishing date. So okay, this is wild. I spent $7, so you don't have to shoot the shooting of Charlie Kirk by Anastasia Casey. Published day was September 9th, 2025. So that was the book before the killing. So several users have insisted that the original publisher date of the ebook can be changed later time, but others claim that the writer could also hold a date for the publication if something completely different or changed and it's after self-publication. Insertion were hotly contested by others on social media, many of whom shared personal experience and underscore their point. Can't take this off my phone. I have three numbers, one best-selling books that were self-published on Amazon. It took 72 hours to review each takes. The full 72-hour wrote one X user. Now remember, you need to be submitted 3 to 10 days before it's approved. It was cleared on the 9th. Then accessible a day before the event, knowing that what did you think is going on? Asked another. Now, Amazon Kindle policy, however, suggests that it would be impossible to publish a book on September 10th and then backdate it by a day. The company has cited technical issue and for the bizarre detail insists that the book was published on the afternoon of September 10th. AI writing books. Numerous books listing had surfaced on Amazon almost immediately after the killing, prompting additional backlash over AI writing. This book is a bunch of AI sleuths, and if Amazon had any commitment to quality on their platform, hint they didn't, garbage like this would never be available, unsuspecting people to waste their money on. Playing one user. So there's that. And now another backlash here. Let me get to this one. There's another backlash that's going on. Is this one. Teachers across the United States getting suspended or fired over link to Charlie Kirk. In 2 days since the controversy of activist Charlie Kirk was assassinated, social media reaction have ranged from soulful, sorrowful, grief, condemning and offering prayers to the cease Christ expression of celebration from online critics. Now, teachers have been among those who are alleged to have posted controversy and inflammatory comments about Kirk, prompting widespread doxing, discipline action in several states, and warnings from state official to educator about improper online statements. Insulting firestorm has raised questions of teachers' online speech rights and responsibility during emotional charge of political diversity event. How the teacher can talk to students about Charlie assassination, while Kirk was 31, co-founder of the explosive director of controversial organization Turning Point USA. Well, shot September 10th. While speaking in Utah University and died later that day, a close ally of President Donald Trump, Kirk is credited with being conversation to young generation. He has proved me wrong. Debates with college students about politics often went viral on social media platform and helped him build massive following. Kirk also had a history of making inflammatory comments about migrant groups. National Teacher Union leader condemned Kirk's killing, calling it anti-theatrical to how we should do things in our American democracy. But the teachers in California, Florida, Iowa, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Massachusetts, Maryland, North Carolina, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, and Texas have been fired or replaced on leave ahead of an investigation into allegations. Social media comments critiquing Kirk, implying approval of Kirk's death. Educator posted in Florida that Cecil County, Maryland, for assistance suggests Kirk's death was a comma for the controversy status, particular on gun use, drawing quick backlash and investigation. Iowa high school teacher was put on leave after this. Superintendent said he alleged post one Nancy down on a Facebook in reference to Kirk's killing. Now, ensuring the backlash against this type of post have led to spiral security concerns for school. Lancaster, Pennsylvania public school disabled comments on its Facebook account Thursday following outrage over the teacher's alleged post. In Massachusetts, Regional School District Superintendent James Riley announced the district had asked for additional police patrol on its campus after a teacher was accused of making inappropriate comment on her personal social security page. In a letter posted in the district webpage, Riley said the teacher was under investigation and barred from the campus, adding that politic violence, especially, has no place in our country, and it's directly in our nation's, sorry, I couldn't say it, founding principle. While the United States Supreme Court's landmark 1968 decision, Pickering University Board of Education ruled that teachers and other public school employees retain their First Amendment rights to comment or reflect the issue of public concern or debate. They can be concerned for speech that is inflammatory or interfere with their efficiency as a public worker. Celebrating the assassination of a 31-year-old father of two young kids is disturbing. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis posted on X, "The teachers would be among those who do is completely unacceptable." In a letter to the school district, September 11th, Florida Education Consumer Anastasia pledged to investigate every educator who posted despicable comments related to Kirk's murder and warned that educator First Amendment rights do not extend with the limit to their professional duties. An educational personal view that are made public may undermine the trust of the students and family they serve. And it seems Florida law allows the commissioner to find probable cause to discipline the educator who, upon investigation, have been found guilty of personal conduct and seriously reduce that person effectively and employed the district school board. On Friday, authorities arrested 22-year-old suspect in the shooting. On the same day, Kirk's assassination, two teenage boys were shot and injured at a high school in Colorado, the ninth school shooting of 2025. School districts have been the site of increasing number of fatal shootings. Over the years since 2018, there have been 230 school shootings, which at least one person was killed or injured, according to the Education Week tracker. Some of the online postings by Kirk criticized have been directed at his support of gun rights. The controversy activists have argued increased access to firearms would increase public safety, including for children. Florida Education Association President Andrew Spear estimates at least 8 educators in the state are being investigated for alleged comment or social media posts. Spear said the union encouraging teachers to be aware of their roles in the community. Social media is not a place where we talk with friends. It's a place where we're talking to a very bored public audience. Broad public audience. Spear told Education Week, "I think this calls for a time where we need to let calm prevail and need to remember that what we do as a union and as educator is bring people together." But Spear said he was quite concerned with the tone of Tanner being spewed at educators. The educator had been threatened or doxxed or officially called to investigate teacher speech. He said, "Strike a very occasional and threatened tone." Online education campaign teachers campaign to find potential negative comments and posts about Kirk and dox their maker have taken root online. Now, Scott Presser, founder of the Early Vote Action conservative voter registration group, sent out a call social platform X for reports of teacher reaction to Kirk's murder, posting inbox filling, keep them coming, pouring over teachers after teachers will not stop. The border site exposed Charlie murder while requests the names, profiles, and identification information of students or police supporting politic violence online and pledged to create searchable database. Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters also urged the public to report potential offense posts from teachers to the state aware reporting system, generally used for reporting cyberbullying, fraud, and professional misconduct. Walter announced in a video that he had received countless emails of a message of a teacher celebrating and glorifying the assassination. Any teacher that glorifies the assassination of a hero, Charlie Kirk, will have their teacher's license taken from them, and they will never be back in Oklahoma classroom. At least one Oklahoma City teacher has been reported fired or callous comments about the assassination, which have since been removed. Broad official or private investigation into teachers' speech outside the classroom, however, could put teachers at risk of violence and make it harder for them to teach, union leaders said. Now, teachers have been under an incredible amount of stress in Florida when it came talking about discussing current events. Spears says it's nearly impossible for teachers to discuss current events in our school now under current laws and rules and threat that can operate under every day. All right, there you go. Another thing is this. I've been seeing a lot of people from different jobs I saw on a lot of them on YouTube. They're doing videos because they got fired of what they did celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. Here's this one. Let me read this one here. Charlie Kirk shooting, list of people fired over insensitive remarks on active death. Now, Trump supporters and controversial political activist was shot dead on September 10th in an event at Utah Valley University in the wake of Kirk's assassination. Several people lost their jobs as they blast some of their controversial views in the public after his killing, from Matthew Dow to Charlie Rock. Here are the people who lost their jobs after the killing. NBC fires Matthew Dow after Charlie's death. Now, NBC fired their senior politics analyst, Matthew Dow, after he slammed Charlie Kirk's rhetoric on Catholic Torah reports, according to The Guardian. Hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful action. Dow said the wake of Charlie Kirk assassination immediately cuts ties with analysts, while the network president, Rebecca, labeled Dow comments as inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. There are no place of violence in America, politics or otherwise, Rebecca said. Matthew Dow also apologized, though his Blue Sky account. I apologize for my tone and words, he said, adding that he did not hold Kirk accountable for his assassination at Utah. Carolina Panthers sacked Charlie Rock. In a controversial statement in 2023, Kirk said it was okay to have some gun death for a Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. Now, Charlie Rock, a public relations corner with NFL Carolina Panthers, faced bitter consequences after he referred to Kirk to take on gun death. Why are you all sad? Your man said it was worth it, Rock wrote on the Instagram. He also played Protect Ye Neck by Wei Tong Chang, something. I know this song. In the background, alluded to the manner in which Charlie Kirk had been killed. As Newsweek, Carolina Panther immediately terminated Rock's contract. The View expressed by our employees are their own and do not represent those of Carolina Panther, they wrote on X without mentioning Rock. We do not condone violence of any kind. We are taking this matter very seriously, and according to address it's with the individual Panther added. The view expressed by our police are their own and do not represent those Carolina Panthers. We do not condone violence of any kind. We are taking this matter very seriously and have according to address it with the individual. Here's another one. Assistant Dean fired in Tennessee. Laura, Assistant Dean of Student at Middle Tennessee State University, was also sacked after she wrote on the Facebook that she had zero sympathy for Charlie Kirk. USA Today report. How old was Charlie Kirk at the time of his death? 31. What was the turning point? Turning point is a NGO Charlie Kirk co-founder. Who's Charlie Kirk's wife? Erica. Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, calls her tears a battery cry issue. Stern warning to husband killers. They have no idea. That was the next story. But so there's a lot of people out here that getting fired. This was 2 days ago here. Let me read this one here. Liberals getting fired left and right after celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. So the killing of Charlie Kirk was met by outpouring cries against politic violence, but some Kirk's dictators expressed their opposite satisfaction or relief, cheers following shift of political tide over the past year. Public calls out a credible have drawn action with their otherwise may fallen on deaf ears. Here's what we've seen. Of course, Matthew Dow, right there. We talked about Matthew Dow. That he got fired. Let go. Then you got Lauren Stokes, exclusive assistant vice chancellor, Ole Miss. In decades yet supremacist and re-image Klan members like Kirk have wreaked havoc on our community, condemning children and the populace at large to mass death for keeping their automatic guns. They have willingness active advocated the condemn children and adult survivor of SA so to force pregnancy and childbirth. They have smile while stating the reason people who can birth children shouldn't be allowed life-saving medical care or miscarrying. They have incited and clapped for the brutalization of black and brown bodies. So no, I have no prayers for offer Kurt or spectacle statement against violence. So there you go. There's that one. Of course, you got the Carolina Panther there. So there's people out there are getting fired for what they have done. Having party, there's people I've seen, like I said, I saw some people on Facebook, YouTube. They're all partying and on social media, and they're getting fired from their jobs. There was, I put a couple people on there who got fired from their job. And then, of course, that book came out a day before Kirk was murdered. That's kind of weird too. So, well, hey, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.